Welcome, everybody. It's week 10. Picks podcast.
Actually, week 11.
No, it's
this is the week 10 recap.
This is the week 10 show.
Okay, yeah, correct.
It's the 11th week 10 podcast.
Show, yes.
Technically, I think I titled the other one week 0, if I remember correctly. If I go back and check.
Title the first one week 0.
Yeah, I think I titled
it. Technically was week 0.
Yeah, it was before the season, so
1.
yeah, there were some pretty bad takes.
Semantics.
There are also pretty good takes in there. Yeah, it's all relative. Anyway, how are you, Kyle? What's going on, bud?
I'm doing great, Matt. How are you? How was your trip?
Oh, it was phenomenal. Oh, it was grand. I just showed everybody my hat. Thank you, Liz. We're all good, according to Liz. I just showed everybody my Terry Black's barbecue hat. Best barbecue I've ever had in my entire life. It's ruined all previous and future barbecue I will ever eat because that was literally the best. Everything's bigger in Texas. Definitely lives up to the hype. Definitely lives up to that saying.
Shut the door.
Huh?
Oh, the door for the dryer. Sorry, I'm
doing laundry in a show. Sam, figure out the laundry. But yeah, it was quite something. We'll get into it in a little bit, but hey, if you guys like money, this is the show for you.
This is the show for you.
It's a KB tease. It's a 4-leg teaser. It's a 4-leg teaser. Some might say that's not impressive. I would like to say it's free money. So, yeah, that's just me though.
Up $400 if you've been with us since day one. Up $800 if you've been with us ever since I've doubled down, guaranteed the tease. And
eight units. 8 units in the last 6 weeks. 4 units on the season. I mean, hey, we're doing good things here. We're helping you. This is for you. It was for us. Now it's for you.
For the people.
Yeah, I had another good week of picking games. It should have been 11-3. I wanted to go with Miami, dude. I chickened out.
You should have won Miami.
I chickened out.
I picked Miami initially, but then I was like, because I'm in a pool where I do my spread picks.
Yeah.
Which I won this week, but I originally had Miami, but then I was tied. Or I wasn't tied. I was ahead of 2 people or whatever. But I was like, they're probably gonna pick the Rams. Like if I pick the Rams too, then I guarantee I'm not gonna tie. Because I was 11 points and they were at 10. Right. I was like, you know what? Stick with my original answer. That's how they say in the test. Whenever you switch your answer, you always lose. So I stuck with the Dolphins, and I won, and it was great.
There you go. Yeah, I really wanted to pick them straight up. I chickened out. I was like, dude, McVay, he's at home. They're on a win streak. They look
coming
great.
Off a bye.
Yeah, but dude, the Dolphins. I'll tell you what, the Dolphins looked really good last week against Buffalo, and that's why I was leaning Miami. And I chickened out, and that's my fault. I put it together at the airport, dude, and I was like,
To be fair, though, the Rams really shot themselves in the foot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they did.
We'll get into that later.
Yeah, we'll get into that. I guess there's nothing too noteworthy except for today's news from Chicago. Did you see about that?
Yes, the offensive coordinator.
So the Bears have fired offensive coordinator Shane Waldron.
Wish they did that before I placed the KBTs, but oh well.
Spoiler alert. Chicago is 0-3 in their last 3 games, and they're averaging 9 points per game in that stretch. And they also rank dead last in the league in yards per game in their last 3. So
Chicago,
it shouldn't come as a surprise.
Is falling apart.
Yeah, it shouldn't come as a surprise.
It broke them. The Commanders broke them.
So I don't know where they go from here. They promoted. I think it was their wideouts coach. I don't remember.
They promoted whoever was the offensive coordinator for the Panthers last year, so
that's another name I don't know.
Like Matt Stone or something.
Stone. Yeah, that's another name I don't know. But yeah, they definitely needed a change.
Ooh, Thomas Brown. Very inspiring.
That sounds like a generated name.
Sounds like one of those generated Madden coaches.
Yeah. It's like, oh, my coordinator got my coordinator took a head coaching job. All right, now I have Thomas Brown. Oh, he's got decent stats. Okay, whatever.
Yes, he was the offensive coordinator for the Carolina Panthers last year. So
Mm.
take that as you may.
Take that with a grain of salt, I guess. All right. Kyle, why don't you lead us off? Where are we going first?
Well, obviously, we have to go to Thursday night.
Yes.
Rest in peace for those managers that had to go against Burrow or
Bruh.
Chase
Bruh.
or God forbid, the stack
Dude, can
going
I tell you
down
what?
almost 100.
I'm in 3 leagues. Each 3 of the leagues, the guy who has Chase has Burrow.
Damn.
It's dude,
Rest in peace.
the one guy put up I think he put up 209. He finished with 209 in the one league.
Jesus.
He had 100 points after week 1 or after Thursday. After
the highest I saw
it's
in my
insane.
one league was 184 because he had Burrow and Chase.
Yeah. Hey,
Jesus Christ.
I outscored the guy who had Burrow
Yeah.
and Chase. Now he owes me a
Wow.
beverage. Yeah, so Ravens 35, Bengals 34. I guess we'll just jump right to the end of the game. Like, you have to go for that, right?
No, you have to. I mean,
you
if
like
you
the
look at their
call.
previous 4 drives, it was touchdown, touchdown,
Yeah.
touchdown, and another touchdown.
And another touchdown.
If you give them the ball, even with going for 2, I was like, it would not surprise me if the Ravens go down the field.
You need
for a field goal to win.
you need 2 yards, and you're literally gambling on the fact a 50-50 call to get the ball.
Yeah,
to start the game.
that the Ravens won't be able to.
And
go
you
down
know
with 38 seconds
they have a
to get the field goal.
95% chance of scoring at that point. So I think it was absolutely the right call. Did you think it was a penalty?
Yes,
You did. Okay.
I did think it was a penalty.
I
I
don't.
thought at least there was like 3 penalties. I'm shocked they didn't throw it on one of them.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm glad. I'm always like let them play.
yeah.
But like the reffing this year and every year has just been atrocious. Like it's just so inconsistent.
The officiating inconsistent would be the word I would use. It's been
inconsistent for years now.
It's been inconsistent this year, for sure.
Honestly, like the biggest gripe I have with it, which I mean, this is probably why it's getting so much more attention now. It's just that I love betting. It's amazing. But like the betting in sports, we're getting to a level where it's getting a little bit ridiculous. You
No,
can't go anywhere
definitely.
without seeing the ads.
Definitely.
Which, obviously, like gamble responsibly. Like I know I set my limits because I know if I didn't, I'd be
Yeah. I couldn't keep the lights on.
I know, but like it's just like it's so hard to escape. It's fun, but like you gotta be responsible with it. But like the fact that there's so much money involved now, like I feel like all these reffing mistakes just like get amplified even more.
Oh yeah.
Because there's so many Joe Schmoes that have like they needed it for their last leg of their parlay, or they put like the rent payment on it. Like that's not
Well,
responsible.
no, not the rent
Shouldn't
payment.
be doing that.
Not the rent payment
But
part,
like
but the one
they're
leg.
like I should have won like $1,000 if they didn't do that.
Yeah.
Like obviously in the game, in the scheme of the game, it was the right call to go for 2.
Mm-hmm,
Should
definitely.
they have called the penalty? Yeah, but like it's just inconsistent and like
see, I didn't think it was like a call.
Bettors upset.
I didn't think it was a call that was like that. Like, do I personally think it was a penalty? Probably, but it wasn't egregious to the point where it was like, oh, like how could you miss that, right? Like it's like no, like there's no doubt about it. So, I mean, again, it's not.
I am biased. I did bet on the Bengals, so
yeah.
Here.
Speaking of betting, dude, freaking 264 yards, 3 touchdowns. That is, and then he'll have weeks where it's just like 3 catches, 24 yards.
I know.
It's so hot and cold with the Bengals this year. It's crazy. But now they're 4-6, and I mean, in all likelihood, they're probably done.
No, I don't think so. That I disagree.
I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know. I'd have to look ahead.
If you look at this is something that like here. I'm gonna pull up the Bengals schedule because I did a little exercise. Actually, I'll go over it now because I think this is the perfect time to do it.
Yeah.
I did a little exercise today, or not today, this week, because I was like, we're at the midway point of the season. Let's see where I think teams are going to be. So I went through the rest of the games and I picked the winners of each and every game. And then I looked at their schedule, see if it made sense with the vibes. And this is what I had for the playoffs. We'll go with the AFC first. I have the Bills as the 1 seed at 13-4 because of tiebreakers or whatever.
Yeah, okay.
Chiefs at 13-4 as
You
the 2 seed.
wish.
So
You
spoiler alert,
wish.
I think the Bills are gonna win.
You
But
wish.
then the 3 seed is Texans at 12-5, which that I might change. I think I did that before Sunday night. I don't remember, but their schedule's pretty easy. Ravens winning the AFC North at 12-5. Then Steelers as the first wild card at 12-5. Then the
Wow.
Chargers as the sixth wild card at 11-6. And then I have the Bengals as the seventh seed at 9-8. The Bengals schedule coming up relatively easy. Honestly, the seventh seed is really between the Colts, the Broncos, and the Bengals at this point. You could argue the Jets, but I think the Jet season's over. But
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
if
I
you're a hopeful fanatic, aka
I
Tommy,
think that
you
ship
could think
is
that.
I think that ship
But
might
you
have
got the
sailed.
Bengals. They play the Chargers tonight. I mean, I think realistically, they have to go 5-2 to finish 9-8, which I think will get you in the playoffs in the AFC.
They could
They play the
definitely, yeah.
Chargers.
They could.
Then they play the Steelers after a bye as a division game.
Well,
I
they got
think
the
they probably
Steelers
split with
twice
the
still.
Steelers. I think they'll probably split with the
Yeah,
Steelers.
okay.
So that's one of your losses. They can only lose one more game. Their other games they got is they have the Chargers, then they have the Broncos, which at home, the Tennessee Titans away. This is not in order. Let me in order. You got after the Steelers first game, then they play. Who the hell is that?
Wait, you lost me. So it's Chargers. I have it up to. It's Chargers, Steelers at Dallas,
At Dallas,
at Tennessee,
at Tennessee.
home against the Browns, home against the Broncos, at Pittsburgh. That's what it is.
Yeah. So I think they could go 5-2 in that stretch because I think realistically they split with the Steelers, and then they probably lose to either like maybe they can't lose that game against the Broncos. That's going to be huge because then that gives them the head-to-head tiebreaker over the
See, I
Broncos.
don't think they beat the Broncos.
At home, if they're especially if they're starting to get on a run.
I mean, we'll see where they're at week 17. I mean, it's a far ways away, but
I think realistically
I
they could finish 9-8, and I think that could get them in the playoffs.
they're not going to win
It's
the.
really going to come down to that
Yeah.
game against the Broncos.
Yeah. All right, fair enough. I mean, I think the Ravens. They don't have the division on lock, but like it's definitely between them and Pittsburgh.
This game this week is going to be huge.
Do they play each other?
They play each other this week.
Ooh, let's go.
Exciting. We got a lot of exciting games this week.
That's exciting. I like that. All right, let's move on.
All right, next game. We got Germany.
Oh my
The
God.
retribution for World War II. Sending
Oh
our
my
two worst teams.
God.
The Giants and the Panthers. I had the unfortunate.
They're not sending their best. They're not
I
sending their
watched the
best.
whole game in the morning, and this was the not heartbreaker, but this was just Giants are so bad they're about to cost this KBT that should be relatively
Dude.
easy because the Panthers were moving the ball, even the Giants were moving the ball. They had 2 turnovers in the red zone within the 10. Both terrible interceptions by Daniel
It's
Jones.
so bad.
The last
It was so
one,
bad.
I thought was going to kill the KBTs because if they had just gotten a field goal, the Panthers fumbled the ball at the 20-yard line. Giants got it to the 8. It was 3rd and 8 or 3rd and 7, I think. And I was like, just get a touchdown or
Yeah.
like just don't do anything stupid. And then Daniel Jones throws the underneath ball to Tyron Tracy that gets picked off because the defender's right on top of him. And I'm like, holy shit, this just caught the KBTs. I hate Daniel Jones. I texted all my friends. I hate Daniel Jones. He's such a scumbag. Luckily, the KBTs lived, which is great. I did not
Thankfully.
want to have it
Thankfully.
lose in another international heartbreaker. But
I was worried only because of the track record with the international shit.
yeah,
I was like, please don't do it to us twice, please.
please don't do it again.
Don't do it.
But Tyron Tracy's really good. That's the only bright spot on the Giants.
Wow.
I mean, their defensive line's good. Daniel Jones is just so the one play action, the flea flicker. Did you see that, Matt? There was a flea flicker. I believe it was in the 3rd quarter. He had 2 players wide open.
I don't know if I saw the flea
Wando
flicker.
Robinson and Malik Neighbors wide open for like a 20, 30-yard gain. And then he just like hesitates. He gets whammed by the Panthers. And it's a sack.
And they're both wide open.
And then they have to punt. It was terrible.
Damn.
He's so incompetent. The Giants' playoff win against the Vikings, which I think was all testament to Brian Daboll's being a good coach and them having Barkley having a fantastic year,
Well, yeah.
set the franchise back decades.
Like inadvertently just
Because
set
they
them
paid
back.
Daniel Jones instead of franchise tagging him, which they
Yeah.
probably should have done.
No, they should
And
have.
now
Absolutely.
they're hooked with his contract. And all you can hope for right now is they get like a top 2 pick in the draft, and they pick their future.
Well, look, here's what I said at the time. I was like, and obviously, hindsight's 2020, but you literally get rid of your best player to sign a guy that you're not sure about, and instead of giving that contract, like probably half of that contract, at least half of that contract, maybe less, to your best player, you let him walk, and then you lock up the guy that you have no certainty about for 4 years. It's like
It's just terrible.
it's incompetence. And yes, their defense got better this year, but that doesn't excuse the fact that your offense is a fucking mess. Like it's crazy to me. It's incompetent. It's gross incompetence by the Maras, by the general manager, by yeah, and like all right, Brian Daboll's a good coach. Still don't think he should have won Coach of the Year, but that's besides the point. He's still a good coach. Still a good coach. They're going nowhere fast. Like everyone. Oh, this is our year. Is our year. No, it's not. It ain't your year. And it's not going to be your year, as you said. It's not going to be your year for a while.
Correct.
But that's a big win for our bet too, for our Panthers.
Huge win for our bet.
Speaking of big wins for our Panthers bet, guess who else won this week?
The New Orleans Saints.
Derek Carr. He's back.
I did pick that game though. To be fair,
he's back with a vengeance, baby. Yeah, but they shouldn't have even won, dude.
MBS stud number 2 fantasy scorer on the week
Who?
behind Jamar Chase.
Who?
And Martins Valdez Scantling.
No. What was his line?
I think he had 2 bomb touchdowns.
I saw he scored twice, but what was his stat line?
I'm looking it up right now as we speak. But it's like he got 3 for 109 and 2 touchdowns.
That was number 2? Really?
He was either 2 or 3. There really wasn't that many good receivers this week.
Oh, receivers. Okay.
Yeah, for receivers, not number 2 overall.
Yeah, okay. That makes more sense. Yeah, so 20 to 17 Saints.
They got that interim coach boost. I think the record for teams with their first.
It is good. It is good.
Is like really good.
It is a good.
But then they'll collapse the rest of the year. And the Bryce Young Panthers, did you see him? He's all celebrating the sideline. He's so giddy, bro. He's on a win streak.
Ooh, Bryce Young.
I love Bryce Young.
That's 2 in a row now for them.
I never doubted him.
Shut up.
I know. I definitely did.
We both doubted him. We both still do doubt him.
I'm a big Bryce Young fan now.
Your opinion has not changed. Your opinion on the guy has not changed.
It has not changed at all.
Don't give me that bullshit.
I just want him to do better than the Saints.
Dude, Younghoe Koo missed 3 field goals. That's bad. That's why they lost. That's why Atlanta lost for sure.
And Kirk Cousins not throwing any touchdowns. You see how stupid they are? Like, obviously they ended up scoring, but they're at the goal line.
I thought Mooney scored.
And they don't get it.
Oh, dude, I did see that three times in a row.
Again, and they don't get it. And then they're like, "Here's Bijan," and Bijan just easily runs.
Dude, it's literally my brother has Bijan in the league. We were watching the game together, and this other kid out of Algier, and he's like, "Yeah, it's Algier." Literally, they stop him once. And I'm like, he's not gonna get in. I just had a feeling. Give it to him 3 times. Like, how incompetent! Like the Falcons must hate him. I don't get it. They don't use him at all. Like they don't use him. Like, could you imagine him on a team that didn't hate him? Like he would be insane. He would be absolutely nuts. Yeah, and then he just walks in on 4th and goal like, y'all could have done this on 1st and goal. Just so you know. Like,
I mean, I still think the Panthers are gonna. The Falcons are gonna win that division. But
they'll
probably beat.
Yeah, I guess since Tampa Bay.
Tampa's too banged up.
Yeah, since Tampa lost. I guess we can go to that game next.
As my spoiler, as I said, for the NFC, I do have the Falcons as the 2 seed because I think their schedule's pretty easy.
Yeah.
I have them at 12-5.
Everyone say hi to Liz.
Lions. Hi, Liz.
Oh, she left.
Bye, Liz.
I thought she was there. What's it called? Yeah,
Niners Bucks.
yeah, Niners, but dude,
The
freaking
return of CMC.
yeah. So what did he do? I mean, so where I was, like it was like cracked out. Like they had like the giant screens or whatever. Like we were watching every game, but like I was drinking and having a good time with my boys. So like I wasn't like I wasn't paying like too much attention like I normally do.
Um,
So like what was good with CMC? Was he like his old
he's
self or
he's he's his back. I mean, like he took like all the carries but two for the running backs.
okay?
I mean,
Yeah, I'm
Deebo had
just
three, Purdy had four, but like he had 13 carries. He
39
had
yards
six
only.
receptions. Yeah, I mean the
But
Bucks
Purdy
Bucks
they threw a lot.
historically have a good run defense, and
Yeah, they
but
threw a
like I
lot
think that
too.
fact that they threw it a lot,
Oh, he had
the
it.
Niners just feel kind of like they're just trying to get in their groove.
Yeah,
Like
they're
I
still
mean, if
trying to
Jake
figure it
Moody could
out.
actually kick, they would have won the game by more. He
Yeah.
kind of like kept the Bucks in it. I mean, did you see that last drive by Baker to tie it with the
Um.
stiff arm to Bosa?
Yes, I did. Yes,
Bosa loses his power
bro,
against the black quarterbacks.
that
That was
was
insane.
that
That
was
was an
crazy.
insane throw. He was like mid stiff arm and he throws it
Yeah, he
and
was
like the
like
guy catches and I'm like, oh my god,
literally he did like the
it's
Heisman
nuts.
pose, dude. It was crazy. What about Deebo getting into it with the long snapper? Did you see that?
I did see that. He was
What
very
an
upset with how
asshole!
that them missing the
What an
kicks. I don't like
asshole,
Debo.
dude! Fuck
He's
Deebo.
such a bum.
What an asshole! Are you kidding me?
I don't like his
That's your team.
attitude,
Like
bro.
that's your team captain. That's what's crazy to me is that he's a team captain.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy to me.
Yeah, but the Bucks, I feel bad for the Bucks. Cause Baker's playing his ass off, and but just like the team's falling apart physically, and
Yeah,
it's just like they have like no receivers now. But like, I mean, Baker honestly, like the Bucks should not be like 4-6, but like Baker's keeping them
they're
in
four and
games.
six.
Yeah, they should on. You could argue like
Wow, that's
me saying
weird.
they're 4-6. You could argue that when I say they should not be 4-6, you can argue either way because of how bad they've been or how good they've been. You know,
Yeah,
I
it
think they
is
should
weird,
have
isn't
more
it?
wins, or you
It,
could think they have less.
it is weird.
Like it's
No,
just like early in this, like it's a shame that they got hurt so much because they
yeah.
were
Well,
rolling
that's
early,
why. That's
and
why.
now they had all
Honestly,
these injuries, and now
yeah,
they're just falling apart.
they're reeling right
But
now.
Baker just keeps trying, man. You got to give him credit, man. He's honestly one of the
Dude, I've loved Baker Mayfield since day one.
yeah.
I love his attitude. He's not a quitter. He's probably, if I were a football player, I would love him to be my quarterback. Like he's probably such a good teammate too. Um, yeah. So what is that? That's four in a row now for the
And he
Bucks.
doesn't touch women inappropriately. Like 28 of them. He doesn't like. Oh man, I would suck to be a Cleveland Browns fan right now, watching how good he is in
Oh,
Bucks.
dude, yeah. I mean, come on. How that's got to be the worst feeling. Like
That's gotta be the worst
we
feeling in the
literally
world.
got rid of that guy to get freaking rapist Deshaun. Crazy.
I know.
So that's four losses in a row. I mean, if you look at their schedule too, so they lost to the Ravens, the Falcons, the Chiefs, and the Niners. Those are all four pretty like either great or pretty good teams.
I
So
mean, I have them going rest of the year 10-7. Fair. Their
yeah.
schedule's not that
But
hard coming up.
besides the
And they should get after the bye week. They should get Mike Evans back.
yeah, I think he's coming back after this week. Hopefully he does.
But they're
But
2-2 against the Falcons, which sucks because like
yeah,
obviously the
they're
Saints and the
they're
Panthers are
probably
out of it,
not.
and then the NFC wild card is going to be a freaking bloodbath
Yeah, dude.
because you
There's so
got
many teams down
Eagles and
there.
Commanders. One of them's going to get a wild card spot,
Yeah,
and then you have the AFC North, which is nuts,
and
and then
and
potentially like you still have the Niners and the Cardinals.
yeah, it's crazy.
And maybe even the Rams. It's
I would.
like it's the NFC is so top heavy.
I was gonna say like it feels top heavy, but then you look and it's like, oh, there's like a lot of like 4-6, 5-5, 5-4 like teams that are like right there, and then you just have a bunch of like 2 or 3 win teams.
There's a bunch of 2-3 wins.
Yeah, like you have the Giants, the Cowboys, the Panthers.
I mean, going into this week, I believe there was like a record of like 9 or 10 teams with 2 wins, which is nuts.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's nuts. But yeah, that's a tough loss for the Bucks. I mean, yeah, it's 4 in a row, dude. They'll get some wins. They'll get some wins coming up. They'll get some guys back, hopefully. We'll see. All right, where we going to next?
Let's go to The inevitable, the Thanos, the
No.
Broncos Chiefs.
No.
Oh my lord!
They got bailed out again, and you can't convince me otherwise. And you
It
know what?
wasn't bit. I if it was a missed field goal, I'd say they got bailed out. They got lucky. You gotta give credit to their special teams. They
No, I'm
needed a
not
play.
talking
It
about
was a
that.
play.
I am not talking about that. I am talking about the
Oh, what are you
drive,
talking about?
the drive where they scored their only offensive touchdown. Did you not see this? This was huge. This is on our thumbnail, Kyle.
Oh, I don't remember.
Bro.
'Cause I just only I stopped paying attention to that game when I was like, it's very clearly that the Broncos are gonna cover 50.5.
Let me find the play-by-play. I should have written it down before.
I was like,
So
oh
the
my god, I
final
hope
was
the Broncos win because I hate the Chiefs.
16 to 14 in favor of the Chiefs. The Chiefs scored one offensive touchdown the entire game. Let me find it.
It was in the first quarter.
It was in the second quarter of this play.
Their only touchdown was on the fourth down to Kelsey in the first quarter.
And that was in the second quarter.
Then they scored 2 offensive touchdowns.
They scored one offensive.
They did not do.
I thought they scored one offensive touchdown.
They only scored 1, and it was in the first quarter. I'm looking at the play-by-play.
They scored one offensive touchdown in the second quarter. What are you talking about?
Oh, it was in the second quarter. I'm dyslexic, guys.
The Chiefs, dude, not the Broncos.
Yes, the Chiefs did. I just have dyslexia,
right.
undiagnosed.
Third and 9.
Shout out to my undiagnosed dyslexics out there.
3rd and 9 at the
Bring more awareness.
3rd and 9 at the Denver 33. Mahomes is sacked by Nick Bonito. There's an illegal contact penalty on Brandon Jones of the defense. Sets them up for 1st and 10. They then go on to score on that drive after I think the next play was or the play after that was a screenplay to Hunt that brought him inside the 6, and then they scored on 4th and 2. Go watch the all 22, the heaven cam, the sky cam angle.
Yeah.
Go watch that angle and tell me there's a penalty. It is the biggest fucking joke in the world, dude. Number 22, if you go watch the video, number 22 of the Broncos, they call an illegal contact penalty. It's insane how bad this call was. I saw it because they had the Chiefs-Broncos on the biggest screen where I was. I literally stood up and I started booing. Parade of boos followed me. Parade of boos. Everybody was, granted, when they scored, there were some cheers because I guess there were some Chiefs fans in the audience. But when dude, literally, I was like, boo! And then everyone was just like, boo! Dude, it was fucking nuts how bad this call was. So they scored their only offensive touchdown of the game on a bullshit penalty. All right, I'll credit their defense. They hung in there, whatever. Okay, fine, fair enough. But that was one of the worst call. It just feels the conspiracy more. It really does. It feels the conspiracy more. So that was my take on the game. Mahomes is not an MVP candidate. It should be the Chiefs defense is the MVP. You want to give it to a Chiefs player, it's going to be the Chiefs defense, not Patrick Mahomes. He didn't play well again. He struggled against another good defense. So it's a down year for Mahomes, and I think everyone has to bite that bullet and swallow it. So that's my 2 cents.
Dude, he made a pact with the devil.
He and Kelsey sold their souls.
He sold his soul. They sold their souls.
They sold their souls to Pfizer and Satan. That's what they did. But did I not tell you that game was going to be close?
I did. It was part of the KBTs.
Oh yeah, that's right. We did talk about that.
You're
right. You're right.
8 points. I took it straight up the spread.
I did too. All right, so that was the one that hit for me. That was That was the only straight up bet that I took that hit because I also had Justin Jefferson up. I had 100+ for him, which didn't hit somehow.
Yeah, because the Vikings fell apart. You want to go into that?
Yeah, I guess we can go into that one, dude. What the hell? You kidding? That was
Sam
ugly.
Darnold he was seeing ghosts all over the field again.
They still won.
Ugly.
That was ugly. Yeah,
the Jags are stinky.
Sam Darnold in the terrible, no good, very bad day. Bad.
They still won and covered the spread.
Yeah, but dude, that game should have easily been 30 to 7 or something like that. All 3 of those picks came inside the Jags 20 or inside the Jags 30. So that should have been at least 9 points if you want to be at the very worst. they should have gotten points on all those.
Yep. Some of those were terrible
Oh,
interceptions too.
dude, some of them were just like thrown in like triple coverage. Like, I don't know what he was doing, but I will give big credit to the Vikings defense. I know it was against Mac Jones, but like it's still a tall task to hold your opponent to 7 points when your offense is like that inept. So
Yep.
I will give big credit to the Vikings defense. Mac Jones had 3 turnovers as well, so like it wasn't even an objectively fun game to watch either. It was just
No, it was a very
turnover
ugly
central.
game.
Yeah.
Did you see Aaron Jones's injury?
He got hurt.
He got carted off, and it was because of a rib injury. And I was like, oh my god! Now Cam Akers is pickup of the week. Crazy. And then at the end of the game, he came back in. He came back in the game and got like a couple like first downs, helped them win the game.
You scared the shit out of me. I'm a fan. I'm a owner of Aaron Jones, dude.
Dude, it was like he got carted off. It looked like it was Jover.
Actually, now that you mention it, somebody did say
but then
that.
He came back.
Yeah, someone said that in our table, and I think that's why I brushed it off because I literally like I was watching the play-by-play. I was watching fantasy on my phone.
8 for 72.
Yeah, he's back, dude. He's back.
He's back.
Hawk, the Hawkinator.
The Hawk.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, I think the Jaguars just lost because they're not a very good football team. So.
Rip Doug Peterson. Won a Super Bowl. I always remember.
They'll let him go at the end of the year, probably.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was.
They still show fight.
I thought it was trending towards mid-season firing. Now, not so much.
I think they're just not good, but they haven't. He hasn't lost the locker room.
No, they're still playing for him. So
you can see that with that game against the Eagles, and then this game too.
Correct.
They're just not a very good team.
Correct. All right, where are we going next?
I think next we gotta go to the rest of the games are kind of lame, so let's just for 1 o'clock. Let's go for the last big one. Steelers Commanders. 28-27.
The
Steelers take it in DC.
Hold on a minute.
I have our Aaron Commanders facts of the day.
Are we still live? Hold on. Oh no, we're live. Okay. No, we're good.
I have our Aaron Commander facts of the day.
Oh, all right.
Here we go. The first fact was that it was a first down.
What does that mean?
At the end of the game, Zach Ertz had a questionable short on a 4th down that led to a turnover on downs when it was 28-27. The Commanders got the ball back with trying to remember how much time was left, but it was
like under 2. I know they had it. Yeah, it
was under 2. Yeah, and they got the ball back and they had it short. And I mean, like, on the broadcast view with the way the imaginary yellow line, I know that's unofficial. To me, it looked like he got it.
He got it, yeah.
I was a little worried because of like the spread, but by that point,
again, that's not a stat. That's an opinion. Aaron needs to.
It was not for
Aaron needs to.
As bad,
he's got to clarify, man.
But then they stole their timeouts. They could have gotten it, but
they
jumped offside.
Yeah,
and that's what kind of won them the game. But it's as bad as jumping off sides was as a play. It was not the play that had the biggest swing in the win percentage. According to ESPN, the offsides jump swung the Steelers' win probability up by 21%. But the BSJ getting torched by Mike Williams at a 22% win probability swing. I mean, that was a great play by.
You didn't have to tell me that. You didn't have to tell me that was the biggest play of the game.
And got the biggest play of the game. 32-yard touchdown with.
He's in the thumbnail. He's in the thumbnail this week for a reason. Mike Will.
Well, I mean, honestly, like I thought they were gonna win. Not win, but like take the lead earlier. They had that 14-play, 86-yard drive.
Yeah, and then Jalen Warren was like
rumbling all the way to the end.
Crazy, dude.
At the 1.
Yeah, I know.
Was nuts.
Well, because I was like, oh, they're going to call him down, and then the ref's like, that way. Like,
yeah, I know. I thought they were going to call him down the 1, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, yeah. The ball. And I was like, oh, my God.
Bro, if Eckler gets that 3rd touchdown instead of Jeremy McNichols, I win in fantasy. How sad is that?
Pretty sad.
I was very upset. Aaron said BSJ couldn't be included in the thumbnail since he was so far behind Mike Williams. Actually, he was in the picture I cropped. He was right there. St. Juice was right there, dude. It's just not enough room for him. unfortunately.
Yeah. Then speaking of Benjamin St. Juice, the other fact is to hammer. If Marcus Mattismore is healthy, hammer Devontae Smith props,
If
because
who?
then he'll be covered by Benjamin St. Juice.
If
And
who's?
then if Marshawn
Okay.
Lattimore is not playing, hammer the AJ Brown props because he'll be covered by Benjamin
So
St.
did Lattimore play?
Lattimore did not play. He might not play this week.
Is he hurt or is he
He did
just?
not practice. He did not practice as of yesterday.
So is he like hurt or what?
Yeah, he's hurt.
Oh, that's right. I forgot he was hurt. Wasn't he on IR?
I don't think so, because then
He was hurt though. I completely forgot that he was hurt by the time they traded him. Or at the time they traded him. Dude, what about the George Pickens catch?
Oh, that was nuts.
That was
George Pickens is a stud.
Bro, I hate to eat my own words, but Russell Wilson is looking like the better choice. I don't.
Well, yeah, Justin Fields is a running back.
Yeah.
As much as we say Lamar Jackson is, Justin Fields like
Yeah.
legit.
Hamstring from week 8,
you
not
watch like
IR.
his all 22,
Okay.
bro, films.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
bad.
yeah. But dude, he's a wide receiver 1 with Russell Wilson throwing him the ball. It's crazy.
Oh yeah.
What about
He's a
the?
stud.
Did you see on the interception that Russ threw in like the third or fourth quarter?
Oh yeah, the arm punt.
Yeah, it was basically the arm punt, and he threw into double coverage, and Pickens was the intended receiver. So the Commanders dude catches the ball and starts returning it.
Yes.
Pickens gets up and just body slams the other defender, like from there, literally.
He just starts sprawling.
He like literally fell to the ground trying to catch the ball, and then looked up and he was like, "All right, I gotta fight somebody." Like,
Yeah.
I was like, "What
Oh
the?"
my god.
And like the announcers didn't say anything. I just saw it. I saw it on the highlights, and I was like, "What the fuck? What are you doing?"
Dude, I love George Pickens. He's a stud.
Well, he's a
Crazy
diva.
He loves the fight.
He's a diva,
He's
man.
a fighter.
He's a diva, but
I feel like the Steelers always have a fucking diva receiver.
yeah, it's true. That is true.
You got AJ Brown, Juju Smith-Schuster,
AJ Brown is not a diva. He's not a diva. That's false. That's
not AJ
fake
Brown.
news.
Antonio Brown.
Oh, Antonio
I misspoke.
Brown. Okay.
Shout out again to those undiagnosed dyslexics. It's real disease, guys.
Yeah.
Send funding to my Venmo at Kyle-Brady-44.
Oh my god.
Send funding to research for the undiagnosed dyslexics.
You mean you and you?
Oh, it's a real disease. We're out there. There's hundreds of us. Thousands.
All right, Kyle. I have officially diagnosed you with dyslexia. You are now undiagnosed.
No, you're not a doctor though. Where's your doctorate?
My qualifications are that I've known you for over 10 years.
I cannot be diagnosed unless
My
you have
qualifications are
a
that
diagnose.
I'm your former neighbor. So there you go. Those are my qualifications.
And then it just Hurts has as many turnovers just in the red zone as Dane Daniels has as any part of the field. Okay.
Cool. We're 5-0.
Dane Daniels has as many wins. Rookie of the weeks as Eagles have wins.
So he's just trying to get under our skin here.
Thursday is much watch television, which I think is very.
I think usually his things are opinions. I think that's a fact. I think that one might be a fact.
That one is 100% fact.
All right, are we missing anything from the 1 o'clock hour? I think we have a couple more, right?
The only other games, which I guess we could just quickly go overview, is Bills took care of business against the Colts.
Oh yeah, Buffalo.
30-20. It was kind of a game for a little bit.
Thank you, Alec Pierce, for scoring that garbage time touchdown. I love you.
And then Patriots dismantled the Bears.
Oh wait, that one I kind of did want to talk about. I had some notes on that.
The Bears are ass.
Bro.
The Bears have been broken. Jalen Daniels broke the Bears.
So 3 points is tied for the lowest point total of the season so far. Caleb Williams was sacked 9 times with 13 quarterback hits registered by the Pats defense. I mean, he didn't play well, okay? But when you get hit 13 times and you get sacked 9, I find it very hard for me to blame it all on the quarterback, even though
no turnovers though.
So there are things that he is doing correct. Like there are things that he's doing well. I just don't think it's like he doesn't even have the time to process the play. He's getting smothered every time I looked over at that game. Like the Patriots defense was celebrating because they sacked the guy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
I just wanted to say I don't think it's all on Caleb Williams, even though I still don't think he's that good. at the NFL level, but it's not his fault.
I think the Bears are just a mess of an organization. I think Matt
Correct.
Eberflus needs to get fired.
Correct.
I think they lost the locker room. DJ Moore, bro, he's like just not even
Yeah.
participating.
Correct.
They're cooked. That the Commanders killed them.
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels, that Hail Mary was not just like an amazing play. It was also a bullet straight to the
Correct.
Bears'
They
head.
they
And the
put him
Bears are now deceased.
they put him in their graves for sure.
And then that's it for the 1 o'clock.
All right.
4 o'clock window. We'll turn to you, Matt, and take us to Dallas.
Dude, Dallas, DFW. Oh, I loved it. So we got there on Friday. We landed at like 10. But no, we landed at like 9, I think. And then we got to the house. I had Whataburger for the first time. Very underwhelming.
Oh, how was that?
Very underwhelming.
Oh, okay.
Did not like Whataburger. So everybody in Texas who's saying Whataburger is like the shit, you're fucking lying. It's not that good.
Is it like In and Out? Like
So
In-N-Out's like
there
a
was
decent
an
burger,
In-N-Out
but it's
there.
like ridiculously cheap.
Yeah, I mean we DoorDashed it, so it was a little more. So I got a meal, but it was like very underwhelming. Like it was like
No, In-N-Out's like okay, but like for the price,
I didn't go to
it's,
In-N-Out.
like
I went to
better than
Whataburger.
like Shake.
Yeah, no.
Whataburger.
I wanted to go to In-N-Out. We didn't get the opportunity to go, unfortunately. But I've heard that's much
really?
better. I was told that's much better. So next time I'm out west, I have to go to In-N-Out next. That's gonna be my next stop. Saturday, Saturday we hung out. We went out
The
to the bars.
barbecue, phenomenal
Oh,
barbecue.
dude, Terry Black's, baby. So Terry Black's is like downtown Dallas. Actually, I don't think it's downtown. I don't know. There's so many places in Dallas. Like the Dallas Fort Worth area is huge. Like there was no way we were gonna be able to.
Dallas is enormous.
There was no way we were gonna be able to like go everywhere in Dallas.
Everything's big in Texas.
So that is definitely true. Yes. But Terry Black's barbecue. If you ever find yourself in Dallas, go there. So I was like, John, we're gonna have to make a reservation for this place. It's like huge. He's like, oh no, you just walk right in. So we got there at noon, jam packed already at noon, right? Like lines out the door. But even though the line was out the door, you move quick because it's like a buffet thing. So you walk in, you get your tray, and then you ask. It's like buffet style. And you just walk out and you hand them your tray, and they're like, oh, I want this side, that side. And you go to the meat station. They have like different lines for all the different meats. And I was like, just give me the rundown. So you spent a lot of money. It was like I spent like 110 maybe on the food. But in theory, you could eat like that's like I probably had like enough food for 3 people. Like I was a fat slob. I'm not gonna lie. But best brisket I've ever had in my entire life. It's ruining all prior and future brisket for me because I will never have anything that good. So that was great. Then we went out to the bars. The area around Terry Black's is kind of like a little ghetto, so like we didn't stay there too long. Went back to the house, changed, and then we went back out. That area was better. I think it was like I forget the name of the area we were in, but we went to like this rooftop bar, which was nice. We watched college football because it was Saturday. And then we went to this place called the Skellig, which was pretty cool. So like the bar area, it's not like the Shore. It's not like fist bump music. It's not like it's not like that. It did get a bit crowded.
Little country.
Honestly, no. They played a lot of like old rap, and I honestly wasn't feeling the music too much, to be honest.
Oh wow.
No, the day bar was more like country, like what you would expect, like in Texas, like people in cowboy hats and like stuff like that. No, the nightclubs are like kind of just like a standard club. They were okay. The drinks weren't too expensive, but I don't know. I was so full of barbecue, dude. Honestly, I was debating whether to even go out or not. Like I was just like, oh, I can't drink. I can't do it. I'm just so full of meat. Like, so it was
That's
cool.
what she said.
It is. It was cool. But now I'll take you to Sunday. So we went to Globe Life Field, which is where the Texas Rangers play, and we did like a tour. in the morning. So it's kind of like how Philadelphia is. They have the baseball stadium and like the other stadiums like right next to each other.
Nice.
So we went to Globe Life. We did a tour of that, which was awesome. And then we went to Texas Live after, which is where I was watching the 1 o'clock game. So my one knock against Texas Live, so you get a wristband, it's like $10 entry, whatever. And then you walk through the front doors and there's like two lines and you don't really know where to go. So we waited in the one line and like there's nobody there like at the door, like there's security, but there's like nobody like there to greet you when you walk in, so you don't really know what to do. So like we waited in this line. It was like table service here. So we waited in that line. We get to the front of the line, they're like, "Oh, there's 5 of you. Oh, it's a 450 minimum for the table." And I'm like, "You can't even put a sign out front that says that?" And like we did it. Like we were out there, we were gonna do it, whatever. But it was just kind of annoying, right? Because there's like no direction of what to do. So um that
Kind of
happened.
like the Cowboys franchise.
Yeah, it's
No direction.
Big Jerry, big organization. I mean, what else would you expect? So we did that. That's where we watched the 1 o'clock games. It was really cool though because they had this huge like it was like 3 stories tall of like just TVs, and like the main TV was huge, and like during the commercials they would like come up and there's a stage behind it and they would do like they'd like blindfold people and like have them like put on football gear and like those like balancing shit like little games like that and like keeping you entertained and whatnot. And then they had a camera going around, like it was like Eagles fans, Cowboys fans, like so it was like a lot of fanfare, which was cool. And then we walked over to the stadium, and dude, the stadium is insane. Like it's actually crazy. It's literally an indoor MetLife stadium. You walk
That's
up to it,
crazy.
you can see. So Texas is very flat, so once you're like near it, you can see it from like miles and miles and miles away. It's just so big. Um, so we walked over because Texas Live is maybe like a 10-minute walk from the stadium. So we walked over, um, got in our seats, whatever, walking around the concourse. There was no way we were gonna do a lap. We wanted to do a lap around the entire stadium, but like honestly, the stairs just tired me out, dude. That was like
Yeah.
there was literally like 5 minutes of stairs. It was crazy. They have
Uh-huh.
like live bands like performing on the concourse, like where you get food and stuff. Like it's like it's crazy. Like there's just it's stupid things that you would never see at another stadium, but it's like so unique there. There's not a bad seat in the stadium. Like we were up pretty high, but like I would imagine like even if we were up higher, there wouldn't be a bad seat. Like you can see everything.
Uh-huh.
Um, Obviously, so I was with 2 other Eagles fans and then 2 Cowboys fans, one of which was my brother. My brother's a diehard. I'll give him credit for that. Obviously, you know this, Kyle.
I can concur.
Obviously, you know this. So, yeah, John was like not happy. I mean, he was getting excited, earlier in the game, but like he wasn't happy with the offense or whatever. What he had told me was like the Cowboys fans are like very like laid back, like here for the fanfare or whatever. And I was like, dude, no way. It's Cowboys Eagles. They're gonna bring the heat, right? And it did get loud. Like I'll give them credit. It got loud, but like everybody, like in the third quarter and the fourth quarter, everybody was still smiling. Everybody was having a good time, and like my brother's just sitting there, like pissed off. And it's like, dude, like he's like looking around. He's like, "What the fuck are you guys so happy for? We're looking our ass kicked, and it's the Eagles." And like everyone's just like, whatever." Dude, the Eagles fans took over completely, and I'll
Oh,
tell
I
you,
bet. I mean,
it was honest. It was a honest 60-40 split, and I did not expect that. I thought it was going to be like I thought the Cowboy fans were going to come out. I thought they were going to do their thing. Honestly, it was not the case at all. Eagles fans completely took over. They were doing the EAGLES chants by the end. They completely took over the state. And I mean, and the team completely took over on the field. I mean, oh my God. I will say in the beginning of like just speaking strictly to the game now, um, the Cowboys were winning the battle on the line for sure. Like offensive line, defensive line battle. I don't know what you saw, but like that's what I saw. They were getting no push on Cooper Rush. I don't think they touched him once in the first half. Um, and like some of the run, like honestly, in the first half it was more Jalen and like you know getting those arms out. getting the balls out on time, extending plays and whatnot. Because he did have a good game on the ground. But I just thought the Eagles O-line didn't seem that resilient, especially in pass rush scenarios. They sacked Jalen like 4 or 5 times. So they
had 5 sacks in the
five.
first quarter.
There you go.
In the first half.
First half.
But then
There you
they
go.
had no more sacks after that.
Yeah. So they were.
Some of those, in my opinion, just were on Jalen, just from watching it.
You want to know what it was? In my opinion, the fucking light.
Sun.
The sun, dude. Go watch the replay.
Dude, I was gonna ask, were you blinded by the sun?
So it was.
Is it as dramatic as they show on the broadcast, or is it worse?
We were up pretty high, so it wasn't bad for where we were sitting. The angle of which it was at was not bad. But
you could tell though, right? From the
oh yeah,
like even on the broadcast, it looked terrible.
100% you can tell, dude. 100% you can tell. It's literally shining right in their eyes. It couldn't be more direct. It's crazy. Like. So CD dropped the ball because of the light. Literally saw it. I went back and watched it on the broadcast replay. Ball literally like doesn't even see it, and then he literally looks at his coach and he's like doing like this. He's obviously the light's shining right in his face. And then the one where Jalen gets strip sacked, right? He didn't even react to the guy right in his face. There's no way he saw him. I'm convinced. You can't convince me otherwise. Yeah. That was completely. I just don't.
Why don't they just put some curtains up?
Did you see what Jerry Jones said?
Yeah.
In response,
he's
response to this.
We know the sun's there.
No. No. It was worse. He goes, "Oh, why don't we just go ahead and tear down the stadium? Huh? Like, yeah. Are you kidding me? It's like, oh yeah, I wanted to put some curtains up in my house. Too bad I have to tear down the entire house to put up curtains. Like, are you a fucking idiot? Like, come on." Holy shit. I mean, the ineptitude of the Cowboys, it will never fail to amuse me. It really won't.
I pray for the long-term health of Jerry Jones. I want him to stay the owner forever.
Oh, dude. I completely concur. I concur 100%. It's a show. It's literally a show to him at this point in his life.
Yeah, all he cares about is his money.
Oh my God. It is so fun. And like, the Cowboys fans did start to boo, obviously. Like they did start booing Cooper Rush, and then obviously when Trey Lance came in and threw an interception on his first pass, they started booing. The Eagles had 5 turnovers in this game. I mean, they made it so easy. They had less than, I think it was like 75 passing yards as a team. Like, it was crazy.
You want to hear the crazy stat?
Yeah, go for it.
Only 2 teams have ever completed at least 17 passes, but netted fewer than 50 passing yards. Net passing yards.
Yeah, right.
Like subtract sacks.
Mm-hmm.
Those were the Cowboys this week and the Giants earlier this season against the Eagles.
Against the Eagles, yeah. So there's only been 5 teams that have scored.
Only 2 teams to complete at least 17 passes and have fewer than 50 net passing yards.
So
the Cowboys and then the Giants. So the Eagles secondary.
Yeah, I mean,
Quinyon
dude,
and Cooper.
Quinyon was. Watching Quinyon play was like, his footwork is insane, dude. His footwork
he's so good,
unbelievable.
When I watched him against Cleveland and watched him in MetLife, he's so good.
Well, I just started watching him.
He's honestly one of the best corners in the league already.
On defense, I started just watching him because I was like, all right, where's Quinyon lined up? I gotta watch it. But it was literally clamps, dude. It was insane. And then I don't know if you remember the one play where the Eagles had they did a stretch play with Saquon, or they did like an outside pitch or something, and we pulled we had Lane on the lead block, and then we pulled 2 of the guards, and they came out, and they literally just it was like 3 pancakes right in a row, and Saquon took it to the 1 yard line. Thing of beauty, dude. Thing of beauty. And I mean, of course, you can kind of tell this whole podcast, my voice has been kind of shot. Obviously, it's because I was screaming. I was like, yeah, let's go. Plenty of Eagles fans in our section. I made a lot of friends that night. Great time, dude. Great time. I would totally do. How does a family get split as an Eagles Cowboys? So my dad's a Cowboys fan. I'll throw in the kicker.
The bigger question is
what?
How does an Eagles fan also like the Yankees the Rangers and the Dallas Mavericks. That's the bigger question.
I don't really watch too much NBA nowadays, but I grew up watching Dirk, and I really like Dirk.
Yeah, the NBA sucks.
Yeah, I don't really watch the NBA anymore. But when I did watch the NBA, Dirk was my guy. So
Worst of the big four.
I love watching. Oh yeah,
Can't
for
change my
sure,
mind.
for sure. I agree with that 100%. So my dad's a Cowboys fan, and then my mom is a Giants fan, and she was trying to make me the Giants fan because my brother became the Cowboys fan, and my dad. So
And you said, "Fuck mom, fuck dad."
no,
I
my
like the
grandpa, my
Eagles."
grandpa used to work. Well, he used to work in the city, but he also, I think, he worked in Philadelphia at some point. He got me like this Donovan McNabb tree ornament when I was a kid, and I kept it. And I was like, "Oh, the Giants stink. The Eagles are good." This was like 2003, 2004. Like this was the height of the McNabb era. So I started watching the Eagles, and I was like, "Mom, I'm an Eagles fan," and the rest is history. um,
Wow,
but
iconic.
dude, it was so electric. Like literally, we were taking over the stadium. The Eagles fans were taking over the stadium. It was crazy.
Nuts.
I've never seen
Okay.
anything like it. So yeah, great
The
win.
same thing happened at MetLife, but that always happens at MetLife.
But that's understandable because it's right there. I just didn't expect, like, even at Texas
Yeah.
Live before the game, I was like, oh, there's a lot of Eagles fans here. And then we got into Texas Live, and I was like, I couldn't believe how many Eagles fans there were. It was crazy. Like
That's crazy.
I thought I was gonna go out. I thought I was gonna have to go out of my way to say like
In
go
hostile
Birds.
territory.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna have to go out of my way to like go up to people, but let's go Eagles. Yeah, dude, literally every time I got up there was Eagles fans there. It was crazy.
Oh, yeah, Eagles travel well.
I'll tell you that. That is true. I know we took up a lot of time though, so.
That was a big beat down, but let's go to the rest. Let's quickly go through the rest of the 4 o'clock games.
Yeah.
Jets Cardinals. Jets season's cooked.
Oh, dude.
Cardinals, are they real? I don't know.
My comments.
A little bit of win streak.
My comments on this game, since I didn't watch it, is the Jets. That is all. Oh, also,
I didn't really watch it either, but like I was just like, wow, the Jets are Jets.
You picked Arizona, right?
I picked Arizona.
Why were the Jets favored? Why were they the favorite?
Oh yeah, they're favored by like a point.
They closed as the favorite. Why?
Because the public doesn't believe they don't believe in Arizona.
I don't know.
Arizona's been kind of weird, but I think Arizona's legit. They're in prime position to win that division.
Yeah, they are. They're 6-3, 6-4.
6-4 on a 3-game win streak, I believe.
Damn.
They're on a roll right now.
Jets are on their third kicker of the year.
Those guys playing hard.
Jonathan Gannon does have those guys playing hard. I'll tell you that much.
And then the other game was Titans Chargers. Chargers look pretty legit.
You know, I almost
7-17.
I almost picked the Titans in this one. Thankfully, I didn't. I was talked out of it.
I mean, it was a little bit of a game in the for the first.
Yeah, it was.
Halftime it was 13-7, but
my logic.
Took care of business.
My logic was that the Chargers are good, but they're not great, and they're due for a loss. So I'm thinking maybe next week they lose to the Bengals.
I don't know, man. Chargers look really good. I mean, like Chargers right now, I believe are a top 5 defense right now.
Dude, their defense is legit. I'll tell you that much. Their defense is legit.
Defense is legit. Herbert's been playing.
Herbert's back, baby. Dude, Herbert's my starter in fantasy now. He's lit.
Gonna be my starter too.
He
overtook Jordan Love.
He overtook CJ Stroud for me. That was an easy pick. I mean,
CJ Stroud. I mean, well, that's a perfect little segue. Let's go to Sunday Night Football.
Dog. Oh yeah, that is a perfect segue. How the fuck did the Lions win this game, dude?
Basically, the punter for the Lions.
How did they win?
Bunch of arm punts.
How did they?
Jared Goff reminded me a lot of like when I had a few too many beers playing Madden with my friends.
And you're just trying to go deep. Yeah.
Just chucking it deep, trying to hope it would work, and just throwing interceptions, but somehow winning the game. Which that happens a lot when you're playing Madden drunk, is that you could throw 5 interceptions and still win.
You see, it's odd to me that like he's been so efficient this year as just in general. Like
just the stretch. Like he was like phenomenal. He had like one of the best like 5-game stretches in terms
It's crazy. It's crazy
in NFL history.
And then
and then he goes out today and throws 5 picks.
It's crazy, dude. It's crazy.
But still wins the game. That's the craziest part.
So he threw 5 interceptions and 1. That's the most interceptions thrown by a quarterback in a victory since Matt Ryan threw 5 against Arizona in 2012. I honestly didn't think it was gonna. I thought that was going to be the first time.
It's crazy that it's that recent.
Dude, it's happened like more than 10 times. I was shocked.
That's crazy.
In the history of the NFL, I was shocked. I was like, what? And it's not even the most. Someone threw 6 and 1. And like it was,
That's crazy.
granted, it was like 1940 something, but like still crazy. That was a huge botch by Houston. Honestly, huge botch.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a tale of two halves.
It got shut out in the second
Yeah,
half.
I mean, they scored on 4 of the first 5 drives and then just put it in park. The Lions did a very good job of holding Joe Mixon in check, which is ultimately what gave them a chance in the end to even be in a position to win, despite Goff and his performance. But I think this speaks more to CJ Stroud, dude. I really do. I mean, they forced CJ Stroud to put the game away, and he couldn't do it. And they were up by, I mean, I don't even know what the score was, but they were up by a lot.
They were up, I believe, like 23-7 was they were at. That was their
at half
point. At half, they were up 23-7.
Dude, that's bad. That's so bad.
It's really bad.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, look, I still know that Houston is not 100%. I get that. I know they're still missing guys.
Houston's O-line is really
They're
bad.
at this their O-line is not good. All right. At least their pass blocking is not good. All right. I mean,
they're a run first team. I've been saying this for a few weeks now that they're a run first team, and if you try to force it to CJ Stroud, he struggles a little bit. I mean, I didn't expect this.
I think the blueprint's
especially
out
because they were at home and they're sick red jerseys.
That doesn't matter. Did you like those helmets, by the way?
I did. I thought they were kind of cool.
They were like, I mean,
the horns on the side. I like
was like
when
trying
teams
to
have the helmets. That's not just the logo.
Yeah, yeah.
And they have like the things on the side.
That was like
the Eagles got the wings. The Vikings got the horns. The Rams got the horns.
What'd you think of the
uniform? They had the horns.
What'd you think of the Ravens uniforms on Thursday? The all purple.
Oh, I hate the Ravens logo. It's kind of gross. I just
bird?
didn't like the logo on the helmets, but the actual uniform was cool.
The bird? You didn't like the bird?
Like the front facing bird. I thought that's ugly.
No, not their primary logo. Their
secondary logo they wore on their helmets that game. I was like, that looks stupid.
You know what they should have?
Uniform itself, sick.
They should have.
But the logo on the side was stupid.
They should have worn that their old logo, which is like I think it's the black one. It's like mostly black, but it's a different shade of purple. So I feel like they could have just updated the purple to match the uniform.
Or they could have done like their logo.
It's like a badge.
Maryland flag.
Well, no, because that's their side patch. That's still their side patch.
Yeah.
So, but they do have another one where it's like, it's not the B logo. It's the other one with it's like a badge and like the wings are coming out of the side of it. Like they could have used that one.
Even the B logo, I think, would have been better.
Yeah, I don't like the B, but
better than that.
Yeah, so this was a tale of two halves, and now Detroit retains possession of the 1 seed in the NFC, which is huge for
at 8-1
the Eagles and huge for the Commanders. And then Houston.
Well, not huge for them. It's disappointing for them.
Well, it has high implications for them, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then Houston. So now where's Houston in the standings? AFC.
They still have a really strong hold of the AFC South because they beat the Colts twice, and the Jags and the Titans suck.
Oh yeah, the Colts are the second place.
They're probably going to be like the 3 or the 4 seed, and
they're going to end up with like 9 wins.
Losing the wild card. That's probably my guess.
Well, I think the script's out on Houston, is it not? Like all you have to do is
they're gonna make the playoffs because the AFC South sucks.
I know, and like they're very like on paper they're still very talented even without Stephon Diggs for their
season. And most of the rest of their games are gonna see AFC South.
Yeah,
I think they got the games against the Jags. They got games against the Titans.
I thought they beat the Colts already.
I think they'll probably finish 9-8, 10-7, and they'll win the division, be the 4 seed, and get bounced in the wild card.
I agree, but like the script's out on them. All you have to do is stop the run, and then they can't do shit.
Yeah, stop the run and you beat them.
Yeah. So, all right, let's wrap up. We got Monday night action. Whose house? Not the Rams' house, apparently. It's the Dolphins' house.
Every time the Rams did something bad, how loud that stadium got.
Whose house? Oh, you mean like booing?
No fans, bro.
What, the Rams?
No, not like booing, like cheering.
Oh yeah, dude.
The Rams cheering in the stadium.
By the end of it,
was so loud.
By the end of it, the Dolphins fans had taken over, which again is wild to me because I remember the Eagles did the same thing.
Not even by the end of
a few years ago.
Early on
throughout the game, too. It's east to west coast. You couldn't get farther from each other if you fucking tried. Like it's crazy. I don't understand. It's crazy. Yeah, man, Miami's
Only
back.
Florida football team in college or NFL to win this week.
What?
Florida teams were 0-11, including college and NFL, going into Monday night.
Well, if you told me that, thank God you didn't tell me that before the game started, because
Which has
then
never
then
happened
I
before.
then I really would have
Well, I
hammered.
mean, it's never happened before that all Florida teams lost.
Yeah.
And Miami was the only one left. And I was like, you know what? They're going to win. There's no way every single football team in Florida is going to lose.
Yeah.
And I was correct.
So this was the first time Matthew Stafford has been held without a touchdown since I think it was like 2022 or something like that. He had at least one touchdown pass in every game since. It was like the second half of 2022. It was a crazy streak.
They had no offensive.
They had zero offensive touchdowns. Yeah, they had 5 field goals, which is not how you typically win football games unless you're playing the Giants. So yeah, I don't think they had the one pick. Oh, they did miss one of the field goals. That is right. I remember that.
They had one interception and they missed the one field goal after a false start.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
They made the field goal.
They made the field goal
too. False start, which pushed it back.
So
and then they missed.
I did want to get your opinion. Did you watch the entire game?
I did watch the entire game.
So I want your opinion on McVay's decision to kick the field goal on 3rd down in the red zone.
I mean, that pissed me off because I live bet Dolphins -8.5 at one point, and that didn't hit. So I was very upset with his decision on a personal level.
All right, so from a football perspective,
logistical level, I think they should have done one more shot and then kick the field goal.
I agree. Just
because like you have another down,
yes,
and you just do like a shot for the end zone.
Yes, I agree.
But like I get like wanting to have the time because I think they still had a timeout. At that point.
Here's the thing with me, right?
But like
it's 3rd and 10. You have like 30 something seconds.
You're more likely to get a few like if you do get the onside kick, which is a very low percentage.
Right.
It's a lot easier to drive down into field goal range than it is to drive all the way down to touchdown range.
Correct. And I thought they had gone.
You might as well have tried one more shot in the end zone.
I thought they did almost perfect managing their time on the last drive. I don't think they maybe could have saved a second or two. I thought they did a very good job. But you get down to like the 20-something yard line. You have the timeout in your back pocket. The worst you do is you take 4 or 5 seconds off the clock. You're still at 30 seconds. You trot them out there to kick the field goal, and then you get the onside kick, and you have, if you recover, maybe 20 seconds, 23 seconds left, something like that. But if you score, you still have to do it, and then you have the timeout. You could even run the ball, take it all the way down, and kick the field goal to tie it. So, I mean, look, I know we're grasping at straws here because the odds are very low regardless.
So odds are limited that you're even going to get there, so that's why I don't think you can play out too much.
Correct.
I'm just upset because I wish they did another play and they threw a pick and the Dolphins cover -8.5.
Well, thus is
you win some, you lose some.
Thus is betting. Dolphins are back though. Watch out.
Dolphins be back.
Well,
watch out.
Watch out, man.
That AFC 7th seed wide open.
And it's funny because I didn't even think they played particularly well on offense. Besides that opening drive, I mean,
opening drive. I thought they were gonna go blow them out.
Yeah, I mean,
they look so good.
Los Angeles
just kind of stuttered after.
Los Angeles had almost 100 more yards than they did. They only had 238 yards as a team, like combined. So I think they were aided by.
It was a sweat.
What?
I was playing Aaron in fantasy this week. And I was down by, I believe, 13 going in. It might have been like 15 or whatever. I was down like 15 going into Monday night.
Right.
And I had Jalen Waddle and Cooper Kupp. And Jalen Waddle had like 50 yards on the first drive. And I'm like, holy shit, I'm going to win. This is great. Actually, I was down 20.
I saw you had a couple big catches on the opening drive.
I'm on pace. This is great. And then like I didn't get it until like that, the second to last or the last drive from like Cooper Kupp catches. Because Jalen Waddle didn't do shit until like the 4th quarter. He had like 2 catches in the first drive for 55 yards and then didn't do anything until the last drive of the game for the Dolphins.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
But you won.
I did win though.
There you go. That's all that matters. It's all that matters. If you get the win, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. So.
That's all they made is.
All right, Kyle, you got another winner for us or what?
Oh baby, we do. I placed it last night. I'm low key kind of annoyed about the Bears news. but whatever. I still stick by my picks.
Oh, because you placed
I
it already.
will.
I mean,
I
you could
placed it
ride with
already.
that ticket and just amend the other one if you'd like.
No, I'm gonna stick with it
All
because I
right.
think I'm still gonna. I think it's still. It didn't change the spread at all, and I don't really have another pick I like more. So,
Okay.
speaking of which, our first leg of the game, because the Bears are collapsing. The Packers own the Bears. I thought
Mm.
the Bears wouldn't have fired their offensive coordinator, but either way, I still don't think it makes a difference. Packers are favored -6.5 with the tees. That basically becomes Packers money line, and that's what we're doing with Packers -0.5.
Packers money line.
Really, just Packers money line.
Got it. Um,
That's the first leg because the Bears are broken.
it's
Packers are coming off a bye
it's
as
in
well.
Chicago, but they do have to
It's
keep
in
pace. They
Chicago,
have to keep
but
pace with.
Packers are coming off a bye.
I mean,
They gotta keep pace with the Vikings
look,
and the
one team's
Lions.
trending in one direction, the other team's trending in the other direction. On paper, it's a good pick. They should win that game.
They should win that game. Next game is another team that's falling apart, and it is going to be the New York Jets. They're falling apart. So I will be picking the Colts, who honestly put up a little bit of a fight against the Bills, which were really the superior team. So I'm going to give me the Colts at +10.5. Even if the Jets win this game, which I think they could, I don't see them winning by double digits, just based on how they've been playing lately.
So the
So I
Jets,
really like
the Jets are favored again.
that's their favorite again.
What do the Jets love to
By
do?
3.5.
What do they love to do when they're favored? They lose. Actually, I think I might pick the Jets in this one.
Unless against they play the Texans, then they win.
I actually might pick the Jets in this one.
I
But
don't blame you either.
but-
I could see the Jets winning this game.
but-
I just think that the Colt. I don't see them winning by double digits.
but not by 11 or more. Not by 11 or more.
Not by 11 or more. So give me Colts +10.5.
All right.
Our next game. This game, a little bit of research into it. We're going with the Steelers yet again. Steelers +10 versus the Ravens. I did some research into this. As I said previously last week when I picked the Steelers have not lost a game this year by double digits. I went into the Steelers Ravens rivalry. Since 2015, the Steelers have not lost by have not had this cover, like lost by double digits against the Ravens, only one time, 2015. So
Ever?
yeah, I feel pretty confident in that. I think with the way the Ravens are playing, this Steelers team's built like the Raiders team they lost to, the Chiefs team they lost to,
Right.
the Browns team they lost to. Just a really solid defense that will keep them in the game.
Yeah.
Like not let the Ravens blow you out.
They all have one
And
thing
the
in common.
Ravens pass defense is low key kind of ass. So if the Steelers
And I'll
keep
tell
them
you
in
what,
the game and stop the Ravens like blowout machine,
Yeah.
which the Steelers are built to do, I can see the Steelers winning, which I think they are going to win. But I do not see the Ravens blowout machine coming into play. I mean, obviously that's always the case.
Yeah,
You are
right.
playing like an MVP.
Right, right, right.
But I think that I do not see the Ravens winning by 10 or more.
The Steelers offense has looked, dare I say, good. Dare I say good.
Dude, the Steelers look like a top 5.
They look like a top 5
dare I
team. They're
say,
playing
team
like a top
in the
5
NFL.
team. And I don't really think it's arguable at this point. They are a top 5 team. Like, at least in my
7-2, they have very solid.
not even just
wins.
record wise. Like, I don't like to go off record. I like to just go off how the team is playing. And they are a top 5 team. So Pittsburgh +10 makes sense to me. And you know what? Yeah, I might take them too, straight up. We'll see.
Yeah, and then here we go. This is a pick that the line movement has influenced this because I've been trying to like get as much research possible on the KBTs to keep this train rolling.
Yes.
And I think it's been working lately. So because a lot of these picks I've been putting way more time and effort into. Because I mean we were losing a lot initially, and now we're on a really big heater, and I want to keep it going. So I was looking at the lines initially before Sunday, when I was just taking a peek, a tease of the tease, so to speak. I really liked Buffalo at +2.5. I really liked it. I was like, you know what, the Chiefs, they're not going to cover. Honestly, I think the Bills are going to win outright. But then with the close loss of the Broncos, the lines shifted. And now it's currently Chiefs plus 2.5. And you know what they say. Mahomes as a dog, it's a lock every single fucking time. So give me the Chiefs, much as I hate them, and I still think Buffalo's gonna win. Give me Chiefs plus 9.5. That's too many points for the inevitable,
Machine.
unstoppable Chiefs. I think the Bills are gonna win, but it's gonna be close because that's how the Chiefs like to play.
Right.
I'd be even if they lose this pick, I'd be happy for the Chiefs to get.
You know what? If
So
me
yeah, give
losing
me Chiefs plus 5.5.
if
So
me
as a
losing
recap,
$100 causes the Chiefs to lose,
means that the Chiefs causes the Chiefs
I
to
think
lose.
it's a
I'll take
win-win
it.
as long as the other three legs hit. Honestly.
Actually, it's Pat. Actually, the way I got it, the line did move. I when I placed it, I got Packers actually at plus 0.5. So technically, if the Packers and Bears tie, the KBTs will still hit.
If they oh, so wait, they gave you that minus 1.5?
Yeah, I got plus 0.5.
They gave you that line?
Yeah, so I guess when I picked it, which I was last night, because I was annoyed because I lost money on the Monday
What's the
night game,
difference
so I was
between
like,
that
you
and
know what,
money
I'm
line
gonna take
though?
it.
On like the odds.
Money line would be mine. So like this way would mean that like if the game is a
No,
tie,
I
I
get
would
that.
still win.
I get that, but like I'm surprised that they would let you bet that. I didn't know that you
No, it
could.
lets you do that sometimes.
I didn't know that you could do that. But
Yeah,
I
but so
will
like
caution
basically,
you.
I basically Packers money line with tie insurance. I will like be that would be nuts if this KBT's wins off a tie.
Well, do you want me to? 'Cause
But
I've been putting money line for those ones where it's like,
well, no. Every time you haven't put money, it's been minus, which is basically money line minus half a point. This time it's plus,
all right,
so we have tie insurance.
so am I putting plus 0.5 then?
Yeah, do it. So you know that you have tie insurance. But like right now, like if you place it now, you're gonna get minus 0.5 because of the line movement. So you might as well just say Packers money line.
All right, so now I'm gonna put money line then.
Because I got a little early.
We gotta
I was
write this
trying to get some
down.
better lines.
Gotta write this down. I
So
will.
you got Packers money
I
line.
will caution you. Hold on. I will caution you. 9.5 is a dangerous number. Don't like 9.5. I like for the
9.5.
Chiefs.
9.5 is a dangerous number, but I don't see the Chiefs.
I will. All right.
Losing by 10 or
We'll
more.
put on the record 9.5. If you feel so inclined to do so, I would recommend doing 10.5. Just because, threes, sevens, tens. If you're over one way or the
That's
other,
gonna kill your odds, bro. It's gonna kill your odds.
and it's not gonna kill your odds. It's gonna move the odds by a fraction, dude. It's still a four-legger.
Stick with 9.5. Trust the KBTs.
Stick with 9.5 if you like, but I'm just saying, if you feel so inclined to do so, 10.5 wouldn't be.
So you got
unadvisable.
Packers money line, Colts plus 10.5, Steelers plus 10, Kansas City plus 9.5. That is your KBTs plus 180 as always.
Is it actually? Because I got better odds on that than plus 180 when I placed it.
When did you get it on? Well, it's plus 180 whenever I do it. I don't know why. It's just my book because I use BetMGM.
Let's do some.
I always get plus 180.
Let's do some. We're gonna do some fact checking here. Not fact checking, just I guess out of curiosity because I want to see what it was. Because I got plus 3 something when I.
I know one time I did it and I got like 99% of the time it's plus 180. I know one time I got like plus 200 odds on one of the books.
Yeah, I did way better than that this week. Yeah, wait. I want to see what I got. So on the tee.
Are you betting it as a teaser or are you just betting each leg as a parlay?
I'm betting each. Oh, well, yeah. No, I'm teasing it, but it's all on a lay.
Well, no, but I'm saying, how are you building it? Are you building it like you pick all the spreads and then go like to the settings to pick tees? Or are you picking it like you're going to?
No, I'm putting it in. I'm putting it in as is.
Oh, okay.
So I got plus 249 on this pass.
Plus 249.
Yeah. Well, I guess
Jesus
I
Christ.
had Broncos plus 11.5, not 15.5, which is what we had.
Oh, well, yeah, that's why.
So that might be why, but
that is definitely why you got better odds. That's 4
Sorry.
points.
I was really confident. I was so I was this close to picking them, dude.
That's 4 points. No wonder.
All right, Packers money line. What else is it? Indy plus 10 and a
Colts
half.
10.5. Steelers plus 10. Kansas City.
I'm curious to see. We're gonna do this live here, so I'm just putting it in now. What book do you use?
I use BetMGM because it's the only book that lets you log out, like block you from using the casino, because the casino is very dangerous, and that's where I lose all my money.
See, I'm using DK. So Steelers plus 10. Yeah, all right. They're -3 right now. The Ravens are.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Steelers plus 10, and then KC.
Plus 9.5.
I'm surprised that game is not the Sunday night game.
It's probably because like the CBS doesn't want to flex it, because that's usually the case. Usually when you're like surprised it's not the Sunday night, that usually means like
Yeah,
it's
dude.
protecting. Like
210.
CBS or Fox protected the game.
210. Hey, look.
Wow.
Where is it? Can people
Well,
see
bet
it?
on DraftKings, guys, for the KBT.
Plus
Not
210.
but
I don't know if that's going to be flipped in my phone, but I'll place that. Bang.
bang.
Let's put a little more on this week. There we go. A little heavy on it. All right, we're in. So yeah, plus 210 right now if you bet it. Yeah, because I've been putting 180 in the graphics, and I'm like, I don't know if that's always.
Well, it's been 180 for me every time, except for one time I got it at plus 2.
Oh, they're shafting you.
10 or
They're
like
shafting
5.
you.
They are. They're shafting me. They know what's up. They know it's an automatic win.
Yeah. They're trying to take away your supplemental income. We won't allow that.
All right, this is going a little long. Let's.
All right, let's do a quick look ahead to week 11, which
Eagles
is
game of the week.
bro, no,
Thursday night.
dude, this is looking like maybe one
Game
of the best.
year.
No, like the week of the year, maybe. Look how many games there are. So you got, So you got Washington, Philly on Thursday. Obviously, a huge game. Winner of that one will winner of that one will be in first place in the NFC East. If the Eagles win again, if the Lions lose, and the Eagles keep winning, they will take the 1 seed from the Lions. Eagles are the 2 seed right now, and the Commanders are the 5 seed. So that has huge implications.
The 6 seed.
They're
actually the 6 seed.
Who's the 5?
Minnesota. Minnesota's
that must be on
7-2.
That must be on conference. No, they're not. They have 3 losses.
They're 7-3. 7-3.
Yeah, okay. All right, that makes sense. So that one has huge.
Based on like tiebreakers or whatever.
Yeah, right. So that one has huge implications. Atlanta and Denver is low-key a good game. Even though I think Denver will win. That is a big game for both teams. Atlanta's trying to retain their grasp on the NFC South, and Denver is still looking to push their way, and I guess further solidify if they could that 5 seed. I think they're the 6 right now. Actually, well, they lost, so they might be the 7. They might be the 7 now because Los Angeles, the Chargers won. So that's a big game. Baltimore and Pittsburgh, those ones are always fun. So that's a huge one. Obviously, Kansas City and Buffalo. Then you got, again, Cincinnati and the Chargers. Then you have Seattle, San Francisco Part 2. And then Monday night, which nobody will watch, the Texans and the Cowboys. Which honestly does sound kind of fun on paper. I don't know why. I feel like there's going to be a lot of points in that one. So maybe that one will be fun.
Yeah.
I think you're going to take the Eagles because they're at home. I think that's probably the smart bet. This is the biggest game they've had all year, and it's at home.
Mitchell or Cooper DeJean is going to get their first pick. Jaden Daniels throw interception.
Okay.
I'm locking it in.
Okay.
Lock of the week.
Okay.
Baby's lock of the week.
I like that.
Maybe a new segment if it hits. If it doesn't, ignore it.
Yeah, I think I'm going to lean Philly in that one. KC Buffalo. I mean, what's my rule? You gotta pick the Chiefs
Gotta pick
until they
KCT
lose.
until they lose. But it's
Until they
gonna be the
lose.
Bills.
And it's not sexy, and I hope the Bills win. So that's my take. Green Bay, Chicago. Yeah, I do like Green Bay. Um, Atlanta, Denver. I like Denver. Um, Obviously there are other games, but I just want to touch on the big ones real
Yeah,
quick
Ravens
before we
Steelers
log off.
huge. We've already
Yeah,
touched on that.
I Steelers home
Bengals
dogs.
Chargers honestly huge too.
The Steelers home dogs really does make sense to me, doesn't it? And it just seems like one of those games that Baltimore will
The
beat them at
Ravens
home.
choke and they
They'll
lose.
split, yeah, but then I think the Steelers are going to win that one at home. So I think give me the Steelers. And I think give me the Bengals on the road. I know the Chargers have been playing really well. Their defense has been really good. I'm still holding out hope for Cincinnati, and it's probably not wise. But the Chargers are
Oh
only.
man, they're gonna win. They're gonna be the 7th seed.
Here's the
They're gonna be a
thing.
dangerous 7th seed.
Here's the thing. Vegas, they opened up at -1, the Chargers. So like even Vegas ain't sold that they're the shit. Like so at least somebody's still on our side that they're holding out hope that the Bengals will win. So I think give me the Bengals. And then I guess Seattle and San Francisco. Man, I mean Seattle's looked really. I mean, well, they're 1-6 in their last 7 games. They've
Yeah.
looked really,
Coming off a
really
bye, though.
rough. They are coming off the bye. And I don't think the 49ers have quite found their groove yet. So I think this one will be close. I'll still probably lean San Francisco. But man, I mean, that's going to be a big. I mean, the thing is also the 49ers have won 5 straight against, at least 5 straight against the Seahawks as far back as I can remember. I don't really remember the last time Seattle beat them. So yeah, it should be a fun week. Let's hope my streak continues. Let's hope the KB streak continues. Because
Yeah.
that would be the shit.
Huge.
But I like the KBTs. Honestly, we'll I'll have to do some research on these other matchups. But I mean, you got like Jacksonville and Detroit. Like that one should be a win. That one should be obvious. Honestly, a couple of them are tough though. Like Cleveland, New Orleans. I don't know. Like the Rams and Patriots. Like now the Patriots actually legitimately good on defense. Like I don't know. At home they played well. Stafford struggled just on defense or on offense, and like the Patriots just went off. So like I don't know.
Yeah. Who knows?
So yeah, honestly, it looks to be a pretty tough week, but I think we'll dodge the water here. I think we'll come out on top as we always do.
Mm-hmm.
So real quick, just an announcement. So for week, let's see, let me pull up my calendar here. So for week, this is week 10's podcast, 11, 12. So for week 13's podcast that was scheduled for December 3rd, that one's going to be on December 4th, which is a Wednesday. So week 13's podcast, Wednesday, December 4th now. And then just for the end of the year, because weeks, let's see, 14, 15, 16.
Christmas Eve fall.
Yeah, week 16 and week
Tuesday.
17's podcast. Week 16 is
Monday.
Yeah. So week 16's podcast is scheduled for Christmas Eve. That will be on Monday, the day before Christmas Eve, December 23rd. And then Tuesday's podcast for week 17 will be moved to Monday, December 30th instead of Tuesday, which is New Year's Eve. So just to look ahead, get that on your schedule if you plan on joining us. I am going to post something tomorrow about hoodies. Looking to get those out before Christmas. So if you can put an order together by the weekend, let's say, maybe if we can get 15 orders, that'd be awesome. So be on the lookout for that if you like hoodies. Very comfortable, very stylish, of course.
Ooh.
Maybe as a Christmas present, who knows? If you know somebody that enjoys the podcast,
yeah,
buy them a hoodie.
Get it for your lady.
Or for your lady friend.
Get
an oversized one.
Use your KBT's profits.
There you go. Yeah, use your KBT's profits.
Hoodies.
There you go. So yeah, I think that'll
free hoodie if you're buying the KBTs.
There you go. So that'll do it for us. So notes about the podcast and then hoodies. Be on the lookout for those. We'll be back next Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully I'll have a better voice because my voice is shot right now. So yeah, that'll do it for me, and that'll do it for you, Kyle. Anything else you want to get to before we log off?
Go Birds on Thursday, man.
Go Birds. All right. Take care, everybody. Thank you again for watching. We'll see you next week. Go KBTs.
Peace.